And we're live. Welcome to the stream. It is 9 a.m. Eastern, and we're here. Chantelle, why are we here at 9 a.m. Eastern? Shouldn't somebody else be here?
Someone else should be here. Well,
not on this channel. Not on this channel. But who should be in this time slot?
In this time slot, we have usurped an empty time slot because Nick is still not feeling 100%. So we were all ready to moderate a live stream, and we're like, well, we're awake. So
so here we are.
Here we are.
So we should jump in and see who's here, because I think that's important. And a lot of chat already going on in the chat. So let's see. Before we went live, we had the likes of we had live on YouTube. Can I say
live
this
on
straight?
YouTube and Twitter X.
Amazing yacht destinations with a interesting twist, because I earlier announced that I wasn't streaming today.
Yep.
But now I am.
Yep.
Does that make me a
Doug
liar?
did a backflip.
Does it make me a liar?
No, you're not a liar. You're not a liar. You are a person who changed the plan when the situation changed. You are
That's right.
flexible.
The situation changed. It did change.
The situation changed.
Live stream consultants came in before we went live as well, saying good morning to everybody, particularly us.
Good morning.
Jerry's in the house as well. No Nick today. Correct.
Yeah.
Kevin Hawthorne is here from Lakeland, Florida. We're about an hour and a half later than usual, and we're here live. We've got the usual crowd. Home Rapid Repair is in the house. Larry's here. He's got his hot coffee. Needs a song. Sorry, I don't have a coffee song. I need to make a coffee song trailer.
We could make one. It wouldn't be the same as Nick's.
It'd be something. We would just be playing a track from Creator Mix.
Yeah. With dancing coffee cups. Oh, we could just make coffee cups dance.
Coffee. There you go. We could animate it with AI.
Yeah, we could, and we could like zoom in and out of the coffee cup as it gets emptier and emptier.
We could have like a little counter on the side that says the level and the hotness of our coffee. The coffee's getting cool, but so the level's going down as well because we're drinking it. And
yes.
Then,
yeah.
Something like that.
Well, I mean, I will confess, I drank my coffee before the stream. I was just like, okay, I'm going to have to be awake. So good. Then I decided to not make a coffee for a stream. Yeah.
As long as you got something.
I do. Look, you know what? And I got myself, what I keep forgetting is not actually water. There's a little bit of raspberry cordial in here. I thought I need a little sugar hit. Because while
fair.
it's 9 a.m. Eastern for a lot of you, it's not 9 a.m. here. It's midnight. So a little bit of sugar to help.
That's right. Creative Classroom says, I have a quandary. Now, we were talking about this before the stream. Do I hang out in Chantelle's chat or Doug's? Well, we've solved that issue.
We did. We made it a non-issue.
In the one place here on my channel today.
That's right.
I left it open. I gave Chantelle a choice. I left open the option if she wanted to co-stream. But of course, you'll be streaming at 6 p.m. tomorrow night.
I will be. I will be. So, you know, if we don't get to your question, or you've got something something new that crops up, or just a different kind of question, like feel free to come and jump over and say hi tomorrow as well. All the streams, all the time. All the time.
Creative Classroom says...
See, Doug, one of my goals this year was to say yes to more things. I'm that person that if I'm a little bit worried about something, I just say no. I like, no. no, thanks.
And here I am,
That's not for me.
like less than an hour before the live time. Hey, Nick's not going live. Do you want to co-host?
And it was just like, yes. And then I had to go and get changed. So yeah.
And you know, my question is, what would Michael Sohosky say if you weren't here co-hosting with me?
He'd be asking,
why
aren't I co-hosting with you? That's what he would ask if he was here, but he appears not to be here at this stage.
He'll probably show up a little bit later in the stream. I'm sure.
He might, yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. See who else is here.
There's lots in the chat. There's lots happening in the chat.
A girl and her passport. Tiffany's here. I'm so confused. I thought this wasn't happening. Glad to see you both. Yeah, I wasn't streaming. And then when I found out that Nick wasn't streaming, I decided I'm going to stream instead of Nick. Confused?
We're all confused. Welcome to the club.
It sort of sounds like I planned it in a way. It's like in the back of my mind, I knew Nick wasn't going to stream, so I was just saving myself. But who knows? Maybe I was just like, you know, picking up the vibes early.
It could have been a thing. It could have been a thing.
There we go. iPhone Chris says this will be amazing with Doug. And with Chantelle, it should be extra amazing.
The doubly amazing.
That's
doubly
it.
Amazing. Amazing.
And we've got Keji Roblox. I think RBLX is short for Roblox. I have a reading challenge, guys. Reading. I will always encourage 100% people reading books. I don't read near enough books these days. When I was younger, I read a lot of books.
I used to devour books.
Yeah.
And I would get in trouble for leaving lights on all night because I was reading until 3 a.m. You know, just devour a novel a night. I could knock them over pretty quick. But now I'm just like, nah. Reading makes my eyes tired because I'm old.
Stella Call's here. Welcome.
Hello.
Okay. SMS Sky's in their house. And we've already got... Something's incoming.
Something's coming.
Thank you for the super chat. Amazing Yacht Destinations dropping the 200 Thai baht. Thank you for changing your mind and bringing the amazing Chantelle as well. Hey, it's my pleasure
Thank you.
It's my mind to change, and I'm glad I could be helpful. Now, I must shout out a tweet that I received after I announced it on the community post that I wasn't going to go live.
Yeah.
Somebody tagged on the end of one of Daniel Batal's posts saying that he was sad that I wasn't streaming. So hopefully...
Well, I hope he's here. I hope he saw that you changed your mind.
I'm not sure what the YouTube name was, but on Twitter, it's Justin Thomas Gregory. And I also followed them. He said the exact quote on Twitter, if I can find it. Sad to see that this one day my YouTube friend Doug Hewson YT is not streaming today. And I replied, I said, this gives me new energy. And it did. It did. It's like, I really want to stream now. So here we are. We're streaming. Okay. Tim is here. Good to see you, Tim. Shark Scrapper's in the house.
Hey, Tim. Shark Scrapper's here. I've checked the room for spiders already. You can't get me today.
Okay. We have a question for Chantelle already. I'll leave that up there for you.
Okay. You shared a fancy coffee machine picture on Twitter. What is it? I only have a Chief Keurig. Mine is a DeLonghi Magnifica S. It is a beans machine. It's not a pod machine. I put beans into it and I press a button and it angry sounds, grinds the beans and then turns it into beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bean juice. And then I drink it. That's it. But it is the DeLonghi Magnifica. I love the machine. I think it's wonderful.
Shark Scrapper is also sending you a bit of message. I think that's to do with your raspberry cordial.
With my raspberry cordial,
a bit of sugar. Bit of sugar. iPhone Chris says you have to start the Nick show. It is amazing. I got my iced coffee with him, but you work too. Yeah. So if you've got a question about YouTube, content creation, that sort of thing, make sure you
Yep.
drop it in the chat. All you have to do is put a Q in front just so we know it's a question for both of us rather than a side conversation. Although I tend to highlight a lot of side conversations along the way.
Because we want to be involved too. We want to be involved too.
Yeah.
All right.
Guys, how do we get our chat show up in the chat? Well, I do it amazingly by just selecting them one by one.
Yes.
If you're talking about this chat, if you're talking about your own chat, if you use something like StreamYard, which we're using now, you can highlight people who comment in your live stream. You can highlight them one at a time, like we are. So you can use something like StreamYard. They have a free plan, they have paid plan, they have all the options available. So I think I answered that both ways. Okay.
You did. You did.
There we go. Live stream consultants. Doug, Chantelle, you two rock the southern continent for all of us. Absolutely.
We try to. We don't want to rock it too hard though, because the water will flip up.
Yeah. We'll send a tsunami towards New Zealand.
Soz New Zealand. Soz.
Sorry. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm scrolling through.
It's
Her
the
real
Nick Mod
review is
Squad
here.
hangout,
Welcome,
yep.
welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, I'm scrolling and looking for new people, looking for questions, looking for comments. Frankie over 50s here as well. Can have an early night. We're spoiling people. We're spoiling people's nights now.
Sorry. Sorry. We're so not sorry.
KMH family's here as well. Welcome, welcome.
Hello. All the familiar faces. It's great to see everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. There we go. There's a compliment.
Chantelle's coffee game is miles ahead of anyone I know. See, it's because I have a problem. I have a problem with coffee, which is I need lots of it, and I'm not very nice if I don't have any. So I'm fussy. All negative things.
Anfield Road layout in the loft. It's Lee, isn't it? If I recall, I'm trying to remember like match names with channel names. I know people tell me their names sometimes, and sometimes I forget. Or I get them mixed up.
I'm really bad at it, and I'll meet someone in real life and call them their channel handle.
Yeah, that's right. It helps. It helps when you've met I met Shark Scrapper, so I know Ernie very well now, and that one's locked in. So when you like can make that like direct human connection, that's when it locks in for me.
Yeah.
Okay. No official forms here, super casual because there aren't hundreds of people. Absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
We make it easy. So drop a Q in front of a question if you have one of those.
And if you like your time here, don't forget to make that thumbs up sparkle as well.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Subscribe.
Have you worked out how to turn off your stupid Max Sonoma emoji thing?
Oh. No.
Mine's off.
So we're doing all right so far.
Yeah.
It's not working. So
Excellent.
I haven't tried. There's like no easy setting. Apple have designed it very weirdly. You have to turn it off on a per device basis. But if the interface doesn't show up for the device.
Yeah, and it's a per and not even just per device, but it's a per software.
Yeah.
So you need to turn it off for everything. So
yeah. So if it pops up randomly, it pops up because I think last week I had like the rock and roll laser show going on.
And you had like the lights all going. It was awesome. That worked well. That one.
It's just not working today. So maybe it fixed itself.
Maybe it did fix itself. That would be amazing.
Okay. I've lost my spot. Where am I up to? Oh, there we go. I'll just leave that there as I'm looking.
Yeah.
Okay. Multitasking. It's good to multitask, especially on these streams. Sometimes it's like, we're having a conversation, having a chat, we're listening in, we're participating. But while I'm doing that, I can also be like editing a video, or I could be designing thumbnails or
Do you know I can't edit videos when I'm watching live streams? I get distracted.
for some people, yeah, for some people.
But
If
I can
I'm-
do thumbnails. I can
Yeah.
do research. I just can't because like for editing for me, I actually all my monitors are on arms, and I actually bring one monitor like right up, like it's right
Yeah.
there in front of my face. Editing's not my natural playground.
The Creator Classroom says, I'm pretty sure Doug knows my name by now. Yeah, because we've
I'd
done a
hope
couple of
so.
collabs, Jennifer. So if I don't know your name by now, then
He's never gonna know
you
it.
know, it's I'll have to put it. I'd have
Get
to
it
make up
tattooed
some
on his
excuses.
wrist.
I have to make up some excuse about not remembering things in my old age or something.
In your doterage.
But I don't consider myself that old. Oh, speaking of old age,
God, that tweet.
which
Did
one?
you see the tweet? Oh my gosh, there was who was it? Someone
tell
was
me,
talking
'cause-
about old YouTubers, like the oldest
And they
YouTuber
mentioned a
that they
specific
know
one
is
that was-
57. And I'm
Yes,
just
it was.
like,
Do you know who tweeted that? That was John Ushai.
yeah. I'm just like,
Yeah,
oh my god,
that's
you
what I was
should
gonna
know
mention.
better.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a little few years younger than that. It's like not by much, by
There are
about
people
5 years.
older than that.
That's not old.
There are people older than that here that are creators.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's just like the oldest YouTuber at 57, and I'm just like, get a grip.
Does John Ushai need to go and touch grass somewhere or something? I don't know.
think
It's
he needs
like,
to kick his
you-
shoes off.
get out-
Absolutely.
get out and actually have a look at who's doing what on YouTube. There's some grandmas doing some awesome cooking and
Yeah. There's
up
some
to 80s and
phenomenal
90s.
content.
into their well past their retirement time. They're like
And they're having
they're doing it
fun
because they want to
creating
have fun doing
content.
it. Yeah.
And you're just like, I'm sorry. I just read it, and I was just like, I would never have normally replied to a tweet or a post or whatever they want to call them over on Twitter X, whatever it is. I'm so confused by their
I think
branding.
they're just posts now.
It's dumb. Facebook has posts.
It
Blogs
said
have
threads.
posts.
Threads call it posts. Oh, it's a
Oh,
thread.
really?
No, thread's a
It's
thread.
a thread. I thought it was
It's
a thread.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. You're right. It's a thread. But I saw that one on Threads. I didn't see it on Twitter.
See, I saw it on Twitter, and I was
But
just
yeah,
like,
it's the same thing because people cross post.
oh yeah, I cross
That's
post
like wow.
to Twitter, to Blue Sky, and to Threads. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's like, yeah, I read that and I nearly replied, but I'm like, no, I'm just gonna leave this.
I replied.
But it was like fresh in my mind because
Just with
it
a
was
GIF.
like
Just with a
it was like tonight before the stream and I'm having my coffee and I'm just like looking through Threads.
Oh,
Anyway,
wow.
Ace Rocks Tech is in the house.
Good
G'day,
to see
g'day.
you.
Hopefully, hey Ace, let me know if you can see anything differently with in regards to your StreamYard, that free pro. Because Chantelle gave me some news today, so let me know
Yeah.
if you've had any updates on that. Let me know particularly if you've got like a current subscription because they might have like tacked it on the end. Then they didn't tell me. But Chantelle has spoken to them and she believes that she's received it. So
Yes.
so hopefully that's
The
good.
news
So let
that
me
I
know.
got, I'll just share the news I got, which was
Yeah.
that on the back end they can see that it has been added, but from my perspective on my account, I can't see it's added, and I pay annually.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, instead of charging your card, we'll use that. And I'm like, is that anywhere that I can see it? And they're like, no, probably not. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's like, I had no way to know, but I was chatting with somebody about something else, and I was just like, hey, also, may not be the person to talk to about this, but I won one of these cool, free year of StreamYard, and I'd like to make sure I got it.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't hear anything back, so it was like crickets.
Yeah.
So and then I'm
I've got a
still in
button
the
for
back of my
that.
mind. It's like
I'm
I
like,
really got to
"Oh,
get this
The
sorted.
crickets button. No, don't press the button.
Press
too
cricket
late now.
button. I got Lee right.
Excellent.
right.
Well done. That's 2
Alright.
for 2.
Let's start hitting the questions because
All right, we got a
in the
question
part of
from
the chat
Jerry.
where there's questions, and I know that people are coming in with questions. Jerry, Q, Question: as a content consumer, okay, this is a viewer, have you
Yep, from a
noticed
viewer
YouTube
perspective.
recommendations being less on target lately? Okay, this is an interesting question. Let me think for a second. I've seen a more disparate spread of content. I think they're trying to recommend a larger cross-section of channels or videos, just based on what I'm seeing. What about you?
Well, my daughter has polluted my viewing because she comes in here and sits at this desk and just opens up whichever YouTube channel I happen to be logged into and just watches YouTube from there. So I am like, what is this? Oh my God. Like, what are you watching? So mine's destroyed.
I'm hearing something. Thank you for the super chat. Zach just dropped the $5 super chat. Love your faces. Is this an extended show today? Yeah, we're sort of in the Nick Nimmin, D Nimmin time slot, so I don't think we're going to go the full 3 hours, but we're probably going to fill up a fair chunk of it.
Yeah. We're going to see how we go.
We're aiming for a couple of hours and see how we go.
Yeah.
See what the vibe is. Okay.
Yeah. If you guys keep asking questions, we'll keep answering
I got to find out where the questions I was up to. Jerry's was
You're
there.
up to shark
next
scrappers.
one is.
Yep.
Appreciate it, Zach, as well, by the way. Shark Scrapper. I'll be relocating to a new state later this year. So many questions, concerns on how to handle this with my vids. Your thoughts? Okay, so it's like because you're moving, there's going to be a less time to like plan the content or get it out on, in your usual planning preparation cycle, your weekly schedule. Like Nick just dropped his video 24 hours ago or so on like just to get really basic scheduling happening.
Yeah.
Just to start off, particularly if you're busy, part-time YouTuber working or at school.
Yeah.
I think some of those elements sort of fall into this. It's like for this portion of time, I'm not in my usual location, so I can't do my usual schedule. I can't meet my usual processes.
Yeah.
So the first thing I probably recommend would be to maybe get a few videos up your sleeve before the move that you can maybe have scheduled to drop during the move or that period of time where you won't be able to get in and make that content.
Yeah, try and get ahead a little bit.
Yeah, try to get ahead a little bit.
And that'll take the stress out of content creation over moving.
Yeah.
But will you be continuing on like with scrapping where you're moving to is a big question.
Yeah.
So,
I'm assuming so, but based on conversations we had at Vid Summit. I'm pretty thinking so.
Okay.
So, and then live, if you've got I can't remember how regular I know you're involved with a live stream, so I would probably put that sort of thing on hiatus because you need like a location unless you want to like go rough and ready. I'm going to live stream on mobile phone, but if you're doing like a show like we're doing here, you might want to maybe just put that one on hiatus for however many weeks you need to.
Yeah.
And maybe if you can supplement some of that scheduled videos with some real simple stuff like shorts that you can just drop if you're doing shorts. Of course, if you're not doing shorts, then that doesn't really matter because if you're not doing shorts and you throw in some shorts as a fill-in. Yeah. So I think the best strategy would be to get a few videos up your sleeve because then that sort of that you've got that period of time to get settled into the new location and get set up your new space for where you're going to create content and get settled into that. I think that's the best way to go.
I think I agree but I do have a flip side.
Okay,
which
flip side's good.
Flip side is if you don't have the ability to get extra content made, you're moving house, it's a massive life change. Guess what? Life before YouTube. So if you need to have a few weeks or even a month or a month and a half or whatever where there's no content going up, maybe just pop something in your community tab here and there.
Yeah.
It won't kill your channel.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
moving house is stressful enough. Moving into state is very stressful. So you've got both options, and you get to decide which one you've got the time for. And there's like varying degrees in between as well.
Absolutely. KMH family, what are your favorite mics? Trying to decide the best to get for baby girl and I. We are going to start going live soon and starting a podcast. Okay, so if you're doing lives and podcasts, it means you're generally in some sort of space that you're setting up to do the podcasts and lives. And podcasts and lives can be very similar, particularly in their mics. The mic that Chantelle's using right now, which I also have one here.
Pod mic.
On the if I can take that. Anyway, it's the same mic. It's the Rode Pod mic. Great for podcasting. Good price point too. It's not too expensive. And if you're going to kit out with several of them, because you're having like in studio 2 or more people, you want like a microphone each. Oh, look at that! Just demonstrating. I think they're for podcasting, and they work well for live streaming too. They do get in your shots, so that's like. But when people are doing podcasts, that's like the vibe that a lot of podcasts go for, because it's in the shot. If you're doing a video podcast, even live streamers, you probably wouldn't go for maybe a headset like me, although that's another thing. But yeah, the Rode Pod mic. Rode have some higher end mics, like they call it. Is it a podcast or a Rode? That's not the Rodecaster, because that's the best.
It's the podcaster. No,
Is it the podcaster?
I think it's the podcaster. Yeah,
it's the bigger one, the bigger version. So it's like quite a few $100s as opposed to. I think these are like $99 US or thereabouts.
Yeah, they're pretty inexpensive.
The pod mics.
I think they're a bit dearer now because they've got the USB and the XLR. The pod mics, you can buy them.
You can still get these older ones that are just XLR. Like if you're using like a mixing desk to bring in multiple mics, you're probably going to be using XLR rather than a USB style mic. So I think the pod mic's a good recommendation. Like you can buy kits that Rode put out with like the Rode Desk, whether it's a Duo or the Rodecaster Pro 2, and they come with, you can buy those in kits with the microphones and the arms from Rode and the XLR cable. And that's basically everything you need to hook it in. And you can even buy the sets that have like these headphones without the microphone, of course.
Yeah.
You get like 4 of these. Say it's the Rodecaster Pro 2, and you want to go up to 4 inputs. They get 4 mics, 4 arms, 4 cables, 4 headsets.
Yeah.
I think you get some of the Duos. I think you can pick up with like the 2, like because it's 2 inputs.
Yeah. Keep an eye on the packs.
2 and 2.
Some of the individual stores rather than Amazon are putting together really good packs.
Yeah.
Of all the stuff, and they're getting a good price. One thing I would say is check your space. So your microphone's going to come down to the kind of space of what you have. If you girls have to be really close together, you need to be really mindful that the mics will pick each other up, and maybe go for one microphone between the 2 of you. So you need to look at the space that you're working with. I personally think it's better if you can separate a little and have the separate microphones. The pod mics are great. The reason I have a pod mic is because I'm in my house. My family live in this house as well, funnily enough. And they live here. They need to walk around, and this mic picks up a lot less of that noise. So I find that to be really, really helpful. So when you're looking at mics, the first thing you have to look at is the space that you're going for. Then look at how you're going to bring it into your computer system. So when you're live streaming, the mics need to somehow get to the computer system. So whether or not you use a Rodecaster or some other audio interface, you need to make sure that if you've got 2 mics, that your audio interface can take 2 mics. So there's some of that sort of side of it. It's a little trickier. I would say after many years of hunting for a microphone that suited my voice, so many of the microphone tutorials out there were guys, and they gave really great information, and they did really fantastic like Bandrew is one of my favorites over on Podcastage.
Yeah.
He's one of my absolute favorite audio reviewers, and that are just everything I watch, whether I'm looking for a microphone or not. But I did find that I had to go and watch some women who were creating to hear how the different mics picked up their voices, because mics change depending on the tone of the voices coming through them.
Yeah. Good advice. Amy's in the house.
Hello, Amy.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Oh, yes, good morning. It's good morning everywhere. It's morning here as well now.
It is morning here, yes.
So it doesn't matter what I say. It's good morning
minutes.
somewhere, isn't it? Good morning. Okay. Home Rapid Repair. I hear lots of YouTubers saying RPMs are always low in January. Have you also heard people complaining views seem to be below normal too recently? I haven't heard a lot of that for January for views. You always hear about people saying the CPMs, RPMs, it's a bit lower because there's not many advertisers. There's no, it's not the season anymore.
It's not as much money in the pool.
Yeah. But I haven't heard about views in particular. Like, I think for some channels, they might have a dip because sometimes January in some places is quieter. Like here, January's sort of quiet, because it's summer. Yeah. And people are out doing summer stuff. So if you're in Australia and you have a lot of Australian viewers,
outside.
Yeah. And then, whereas in Northern Hemisphere, it's like colder and people are probably more indoors, and so they're more inclined to be watching. So I think it can depend on where your audience is. I haven't heard any specific, like across the board, people saying views are down for January. But, it could be the case for particular types of niches or channels or locations.
Yeah. I think, has anybody here in the chat noticed if their views are down? We've got a subsection of across multiple niches. If I personally on both my channels, I haven't noticed that my views are down.
Let's start a poll.
Oh, okay, Doug can start a poll. I will move on to the next questions. I can't bring them on screen, but I can read them.
Okay, it's going to be a simple yes/no. Were your views down in January? Yes or no?
There we go.
Let's just drop
So
that
we're
in the
talking
chat.
about views, not income. So
Views.
we're talking about your actual view numbers rather than your RPMs or CPMs.
Correct.
So
and then while people are voting on that, we'll
keep
continue
going
through. Just making sure that I'm not missing any question now. And again, we'll say hi to Zach. I know he dropped super chat after this comment. Let's see. I'm reading a few funny things. I'm just going to post it up. I'm not going to read it out. On the way past, I'll just tag it. How's that?
You could just say to your husband, see commitment. Yeah, this is people talking about the 57.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Well, that's a good point. 10 million subscribers, but there's
But in the headline, they didn't specify the 10 million subscribers. It wasn't until you clicked through to the video that you saw that. Oh,
I didn't see the video.
I didn't watch the video. I was
just saw
offended.
The post.
I was offended by the post and backed away.
Monique's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
That's what they said. See, we're back some ways in the chat, so.
I think we are. I'm not quite sure what iPhone Chris is going on about the bats in our rooms. Is that a joke that I didn't know about?
Bats.
Bats. It's mentioned it a few times in the chat now. We have bats in our rooms.
There we go.
Gosh.
Jordan Matter. Yeah, I didn't know Jordan. I thought Jordan Matter was a girl. I've heard of the channel, and this is interesting. I don't know who he is, and he was a speaker at Vid Summit. I know I saw his name on the schedule. The interesting thing is, and Ernie might remember this, we're having lunch out on the veranda one day, and this girl walked around and was giving out flyers, like old school flyers. So, hey, can you come to my presentation? And I swear that was the name that was on the flyer, Jordan Matter. I'm like, she must be Jordan Matter. That's why she's saying come to my session. And I'm like, well, that's
That's
a bit odd that they're
weird.
advertised. It was a bit odd the fact that they're giving out flyers to come to their session because they're like on the schedule and people that have
And
3 or
it's Vid
4 rooms
Summit.
to choose from. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to get people. Somebody's going to come. And
Yeah.
so from that point on, I thought Jordan Matter was this girl had walked past and said, "Hey, come to my presentation," and gave me the flyer with that name on it. So I don't get it. But now I understand it. It's this old guy, 57. He's a
Yeah.
little bit older than me. So I'm going to have to find out what sort of content he makes. He's got 10 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Do you know? Because I haven't looked into it.
No idea.
Okay. Somebody will fill me in, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Okay, everyone's talking about the old YouTubers, so we're a little bit behind. We'll try and get to some questions.
Yep.
As we come across them. Little Spanish World here in the house. Welcome. Okay, why StreamYard over Ecamm? Well, that's a good question. What you're seeing here, 2 people at the same time. Obviously, you can do it with Ecamm, but in my opinion, that taxes your Mac straight away because the host's computer handles all the incoming connections, which means you also have to have the bandwidth on your internet.
You have to have extra bandwidth, which is big. Is a big issue here in Australia.
Yeah. So having StreamYard handle all that makes more sense to me. Like I love Ecamm and I use Ecamm. Chantelle uses Ecamm as well.
Yeah.
Like you stream with both at the same time.
I do. Yeah. Not tonight, but I will set up my streams in Ecamm and then bring in the virtual camera and the virtual mic into StreamYard because I think they both have really great features.
Oh, absolutely.
And you don't have to miss out with the features because like one of my biggest peeves with StreamYard is that I can't bring in any sort of browser overlays. And I can't have layers of overlays. It's either one overlay on or a different overlay on. You can't stack them, and so I get to do all that in StreamYard, and then just bring it in.
You got to plan your overlays sort of like this.
Yeah.
Let's just bring that one up. Like have everything sort of on it that you want to like brand it with.
Yeah.
So you've got the Creator Breakfast Live up there and the live thing up there, and then the comments will come in separately at the bottom. So you sort of got to plan how you want your whole scene to look in StreamYard in advance. Whereas Ecamm, you can set up a whole bunch of scenes and everything's on there already.
And you can just add, like you could have the buy me a coffee thing just off or on and leave everything else there. And you can really customize it a lot better. And you can do it on StreamYard, but it takes a little bit more pre-planning. You need to go into like Canva or, Photoshop or whatever it is and do your transparent overlays and build them all up and then bring them into StreamYard, whereas you can actually build it in Ecamm. So there's
definitely
there's
some
pros
advantages.
And
Advantages to Ecamm, advantages to
absolutely.
StreamYard.
And I like having both, so then I have choices.
As soon as it becomes a multi-person stream,
instantly StreamYard every
StreamYard
time.
all the way.
Yep.
It just handles it seamlessly.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to like stick your computer in front of a fan and hope it hope it handles the bandwidth and the encoding and the handling the extra video stream coming in from the guest.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
All right, we're gonna scroll and look for
more questions.
Going to drop some things along the way.
Yeah, I love this. Young YouTubers may have the time to create, but we have the stories and the life experiences to pull from to make things relevant. Absolutely. I love that. That's so true.
100%. The ELT Nation, welcome to the stream.
Hello.
ELT. I don't know if that's egg, lettuce, and tomato.
I don't know what it would stand for.
Because it reminds me of BLT.
Are you hungry? Did you have a pre-stream snack?
I had a coffee.
That's not a snack.
About an hour. No, I didn't. I had dinner at dinner time. So
everybody, I'm going to let you in on a secret. We have snacks while we're moderating. Like we'll be like, I'm having a snack, and we'll mute our mics because they're like crunching.
I have.
You've got.
I
You've
got
got
raspberries for. Like, I can't eat too many once. It's certainly not while I'm streaming because I got to be able to talk.
No, because they get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
But
they just sort of live
we
on my
normally have
desk.
stream snacks. So I have stream snacks in a drawer over here.
Sometimes I have like a small bag of potato chips. And yeah, some sort of package you can just open and you mute your mic and away you go.
Yeah. But I had a snack before the stream. I was just like, I will not make it. Oh, especially if you had dinner at dinner time. Goodness me.
All right. We've got a question. It doesn't have a Q, but I know it's a question.
Yeah.
Stellacor, do you know if there's a delay for YouTube to report your public watch hours? The total on the Earn tab is not the same. I think there is a delay because...
Yeah, it's about 2 days.
Yeah, that sounds about right,
Yeah.
because what they do is in that sort of period of time, they're validating that the views are actual real views.
Yep.
So if they are, then they get locked in with the watch time that's associated with those views.
Yeah.
And that's why there's a delay. Because the views, you'll see them on the channel, and that's why sometimes you'll see the views fluctuate up and down, particularly in that new period of when your video's just gone up, and you've got all the new views coming in because it's a new video people are watching.
Yeah.
And so you see that views fluctuate until they've verified that those views are real, and then they lock them in, and then you've got the right number. All of the metrics that are associated with those particular views, whether it's watch time, and maybe even likes and stuff that are associated with that particular view, may get adjusted.
And
if that's
only
not
the
a real
views
view.
that are counted towards monetization go into that little bar that you're looking at. So there may be views that you are having that don't count towards that, depending on what kind of content or how it's being promoted or where the views are coming from.
Yeah, like if it's a short or because short watch time doesn't count.
Promoted.
And then anything that you might unlist or private or delete, that's not going to get counted for monetization either.
Yeah.
All right. A girl and a passport. How would you guys give time to shifting your niche a bit before deciding it isn't working? I've been doing a non-Greece travel content and it's not going well. Yeah. I'm assuming this is on the same channel, so there's going to be I think of it like a cruise ship, because that's your channel, is the existing content is a cruise ship. You have X number of subscribers on your cruise ship. That cruise ship's going to take longer to turn than, say, if your channel's new and you have like 50 subscribers, so you're more like a rowboat or a tug that's pushing that cruise ship. They can turn a lot quicker because they don't have as much mass or momentum in one direction, so they can turn quickly. Whereas a cruise ship, even if it's moving forward slowly, it has to take time to turn, and to go back the other way. So it would depend on the time you've given it and the amount of content you put up. I think it can vary for channels too, as to how quickly that ship can turn, or just to test that sort of sideways content. So because you've definitely already a travel content, obviously most of your content's sort of Greece related, and doing the non-Greece stuff, it's okay. Most people are probably coming in based on the response for the Greece-based content. So it's like you're doing one of two things.
Non-Greece content. Yeah.
You want to attract a broader audience, so that's going to take time, or you're basically pivoting the entire audience. So you're moving away from that audience and going to a new audience, which is like starting from scratch, starting from zero, if that's the case. But obviously there's going to be some crossover there. So the time I would give that, if you're uploading, say you're uploading weekly or more, I'd probably want to give it at least 6 months, I think.
Yeah.
What
I'm
about
thinking
you?
minimum 3 months.
Yeah.
But YouTube basically needs to realize that the existing viewers are not interested, and then find the new viewers. It is a slow process to pivot. That's why some people just jump ship and start a new channel, because the pivots can take some time, especially when it's a decent pivot like that. Sometimes if you're just broadening, like if you're still doing some grease content plus other stuff, if you're broadening, it won't take as long. But if you're just dropping off all your grease content and changing direction, like you're tacking on a sailboat, to use Doug's analogies of sea vessels.
Yeah,
If you're tacking with a sailboat and just totally changing direction, it's going to take some time. So big deep breath and keep going.
Zach says no Nick D show, correct? What about D and Daniel? I think that's next week.
That's next week.
This is the first Saturday of the month, because today's the it's the third, Saturday the 3rd.
It is Saturday the 3rd.
Technically Sunday the 4th here for us, but that's okay.
I'm like looking at the calendar that's telling me it's Sunday the 4th, and I'm like, no, it is Saturday the 3rd.
Yeah. So because they're on the second Saturday of the month, which is next week, so that's when I'd be expecting D and Daniel. So this week, you probably should have got a Nick and D show this week.
Yeah, it should have been Nick and D, but it's not. It's Doug and Chantelle. Sorry for that step down.
Sorry, yeah. And I have a little bit more hair than the boys.
I have more hair.
You have more hair than both.
I have
all
a
three
lot
of us.
less facial hair, so
Yeah, even I don't have as much as Nick and D.
No. Although I did go and dig out my StreamYard shirt so I could, rep the StreamYard.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was in the cupboard. I only washed it today, so I'm going with the Nimminati. Start now.
Excellent. Look at us, repping the merch.
Repping the merch.
And I've got my StreamYard hat in the background. I've got puddles over here. Got something hitting the chair. I don't like things hitting my chair.
Well, Ace says, to sign up for pros, talking about charging me. Yeah, I need to reach out to them and figure out what the process is.
Yeah.
So let me continue. I'll continue to do the follow-up.
Yeah.
I just thought there was some hope after I talked to Chantelle today.
Yeah, I ended up talking with StreamYard myself to ask the question. And it was just because I happened to be in a chat with someone already.
Yeah.
But it's a bit frustrating that it's just not a bit clearer.
Okay. Okay, I'm scanning for questions. For questions. There's more bats. Bats. Maybe they're hanging out with the spiders, Chantelle.
No. Stop it.
Are you anti-bat? Is that what you're saying?
I don't like anything that comes at me. Honestly.
You don't want anything to come at you. Okay.
No, moths, grasshoppers, spiders in particular, but moths and grass, anything that because I struggle to see fast moving things like when they just come at you. So because my brain instantly goes, it's a spider, and it takes me a little second to go, no, it's a moth, because it's flying, and spiders can't fly yet.
Tiffany says my views are going up, but I think people are finally comfortable traveling in. Yeah, well, that's a positive too, because
Absolutely.
I know things are getting back in the full swing. Particularly, we're getting new airline routes opening up back to different locations from where we are. That a lot of those things sort of got reduced or closed completely because of COVID, and things are really coming back. And I could tell when I went to Vid Summit in October that things are really picking back up in regards to people traveling.
I think if they lowered the airfares out of Australia, we'd travel more.
Yeah. Come on, airlines.
Come on, airlines. Genealogy with Amy's got a question, and she's written, probably a silly question, but how did you add the poll?
The poll, yes, we need to get back to the poll.
We do need to get back to the poll.
On my live stream dashboard in YouTube, I've got a plus button. I think if you're viewing your own stream on the watch page, you'll see it as well. Next to the super chat button, I'm seeing a plus button where I can do polls and the other Q&A thing that they do. And I just clicked on that and then went to start a poll.
Yeah.
And that's how I did the poll. Let's check the poll real quick.
And just as a reminder, the polls are only available directly in YouTube. You can't start them in StreamYard. You do need to go to YouTube to get that, to do that.
Okay. I'll leave it up until we need to drop another poll, but it says where your views down in January. Currently, 33% are saying yes, and 67% are saying no. So
that's interesting.
I think that would sort of indicate that there's definitely not a pattern, but it would depend on all the usual factors with channels being like for me, like I haven't posted any real. I've streamed. I think I've streamed every Saturday in January, but I haven't.
I think you have. Yeah.
But I think I might have dropped one video at the beginning of the month, but I haven't dropped my regular sort of weekly-ish video or any extra videos. I've done maybe a short or two, but I've been a little bit quieter on that this month. But that's just what's happened on my channel. So, you know, things like that and audience and seasonality and all those things are all a factor.
It all plays a part.
All that going on. Let me see if we can catch up. Like where I am in the chat says 12:32 a.m. So I am.
Yeah, we're well behind.
A good 20 minutes behind.
We're well behind. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm now up to this one that we just answered.
Okay, we just answered that one.
iPhone Chris says same for subscribers. That was in regard to something that we said.
It was.
Was that related to when we're talking about validating views?
Possibly.
I think if they subscribe, you keep the subscribers. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think the subscribers come in pretty well live.
Because you can subscribe without particularly viewing a video. You can just go to somebody's channel page and subscribe without watching a video.
Yeah.
So I think subscribers are excluded from that sort of vetting.
The validation processing.
Although if bots subscribe, then they're eventually going to get removed because
they do regular sweeps.
For those.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Do you know when the thumbnail AB feature will be made available to all channels? Chantelle can answer this one.
Oh, thanks. Sometime in 2024. That's all they've said. They haven't given a season, as far as I'm aware. It's still technically being tested by a limited number of channels, but they have expanded that test.
I think it's still around the 50,000 channel mark.
Yeah. Yeah.
As in not subscribers, but that's the number of channels that have it.
And the channels are all different sizes that are testing it. It's still technically in test. But from what I'm hearing, it's 2024 sometime. So don't hold your breath.
Yeah. So what Renee said, I think, I don't know if he said it in one of Nick's chats or he said it somewhere else, but basically they're going through the beta testing. So they want to test to make sure it's working well for creators before they roll it out to everybody. Yeah. So the people who have it now are sort of the guinea pigs in a sense to iron out any bugs. So they want to get rid of the bugs. So if that process goes well and gets done quickly, then the rollout will probably be quicker or sooner towards when we are now in the beginning of the year. If that process runs into hiccups, that means that the rollout will be later on in the year. It'll take you a little bit longer. So they're not committing to a specific time. All of a sudden, one day, they're going to say, hey, we're rolling out to all channels. And we'll be going, hey. Woo.
Yep, sign me up. I will take it. But yeah, no, it's not here. It's not out yet. It's coming.
The bats are a joke.
I'm just gonna jump ahead. Genealogy with Amy Johnson said that she only streams with the StreamYard dashboard open. She doesn't actually have YouTube open. I don't like doing that. I think part of it is I am a control freak. All right, so that's a personality thing. I need to be able to moderate, so I can't moderate satisfactorily directly through StreamYard. So I would like to have my stream open where I can moderate from as well, and I can see the back end and I can see the stream strength and things like that. So I do have both windows open for every stream.
Create a classroom that could explain my whole experience at Vid Summit.
Oh,
it could have been her daughter.
Yeah.
Could have been his daughter.
It sounds like it was.
It makes more sense when you say that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that could be what's going on.
Absolutely. I say Renee's name 2 more times. and he may appear.
Rene Ritchie, the creator liaison, as
Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't that be amazing if he just jumped into your stream, Doug?
hey
If just
Rene.
Rene Ritchie, creator liaison, jumped into the stream.
Yeah. He's probably lurking and watching because he likes to learn from creators and people talking about YouTube and stuff. So
Yeah.
you know, he can make YouTube better for people, for creators in particular. So he is the creator liaison.
He is the creator liaison.
Then Spanish World would love to start streaming, but the internet wasn't best in Australia, but they're making some improvements. Yeah, well, we're managing it, so that's a good thing. That's a big plus and positive. It can come down to just where you're located and what service is the NBN have rolled out in that area. And sometimes you hit the jackpot and get the good stuff. Sometimes you're on some legacy
trash,
legacy sort of connection,
dumpster fire,
which hopefully they're getting rid of
like
as much as possible.
A piece of copper connected to some fiber optic, wrapped in some electrical tape with a shopping bag wrapped around it, and dropped into a pit full of water. And you think I'm exaggerating?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, you'd be grateful it's got the electrical tape. Usually it's just a shopping bag.
I wonder if they're using like the paper shopping bags now that they're phased out.
No, well, they use the plastic ones to keep the water out of the connections.
Well, they buy them specially.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know anymore.
But
I'll have to check with my contact.
Yeah, because paper bags just wouldn't work.
They really wouldn't. No, they just turn to paper mache.
Maybe they buy the big thick garbage bags now.
Maybe that'd be great. The connection would stay better when it rains.
And because they're not getting like free shopping bags from the supermarket, they have to pay for it. So now the NBN prices are going up.
Going up, yep.
All right.
Oh dear. All right. Not jaded at all.
It's on the same channel. That's what I thought.
Yep.
I've done non-grease before, but just 1 or 2 videos at a time. Yeah. Excellent. There we go. The backup A team.
That makes us the B team, just FYI.
The B team. And if you're the backup team, then I think you're the D team.
Yep. I'm okay with B. I'm okay with the B.
The B team.
The B team.
That's right.
Gosh.
All right. I am scrolling and looking for questions.
Yeah, don't forget to use a Q if you have a question for us.
I'm just accidentally clicking on things.
Just randomly throwing things on screen.
Stacey Morgan's here in the house. Welcome. Yes. Stacey's a lurker. Awesome.
Gosh.
Super Dave USA. Hewsonati for life. Right on.
Fantastic.
Super Dave goes way back to the Wake Up Show days. When we're doing trivia and stuff.
Speaking of Hewsonati, Doug.
Yes.
You have channel members enabled on this channel, I see.
I do.
What do channel members get and how do they join?
Oh, now you put me on the spot.
Let
me go to my notes so I can go through the perks, because that would help.
Yeah.
I don't want to promise something verbally that I don't
promise
have written
things
down.
That you're not going to deliver on.
That's all right. So I need to go to my channel and have a look. Memberships.
For a start, everyone gets to be green. You get to have a green name.
Green name.
For channel members.
That's right. I have to check if I've got any more emoji slots, because I haven't checked that since I set it up. All right. So there are... Okay, loyalty badges and emojis, of course, which everybody has on their channels. The Nimminati, there's special members community posts from time to time. Photos and status updates and different things like that when there's something to communicate specifically to members. Members shout-outs, of course, at the end of my regular videos. we put a little bit of a shout out, put the names of the members up on the screen as we go into the end screen, so you can click on the next video, or you could just sit there and read the members' names. So that's what we talk about, member shout outs. Sometimes we shout them out here in the stream. We might say, hey, there's Home Rapid Repair channel member, things like that. We're aiming for a monthly members only live stream, but I'm a little bit slack on that. We need to get back to those. We've done a few of those since we started. Need to get back to them. Members only live stream. Priority reply to comments. So if I see a comment from you, from a member, I'll jump in and try and reply to that as quickly as possible. So as soon as I see it, I'll try and jump on it.
And is this your basic membership, or is this your beautiful new top tier membership?
This is all the basic at the moment.
Yeah.
And the final one, which is one we added a few months ago, is early access to new videos. So when I post a new video, it becomes available to members before it goes live to the public. So you might get it 12 hours ahead, or 24 hours ahead, or maybe a couple of days ahead, depending on the scheduling. So new members, so that applies to long form content. So anything that's not a short or a live stream, that'll probably apply to that, unless it's something that's like urgent and I'll get it out straight away to everybody, like a breaking news is the exception to that. And then the higher tier, which is Nimminati Max, which is new this month. I think this is the first month, like late December or early January. So we're about a month in. AMA anytime. Those people have the ability to reach out to me directly anytime and ask me a question via like a Discord or Twitter DM. So if they DM me, I'll try and, if I'm awake, I'll be on it as soon as I can. We'll have a separate section for Max members. They'll be like mentioned separately in the end screens there when I do those shout outs. So they'll be like in their own special section. These are the Max members. So they'll be on that one. And when we do merch drops, they'll get like a special discount on merch drops when we do the merch drops. That's the extra thing. Of course, Max members get all the other
stuff
we talked about
too
as well. So yeah, that's the memberships.
Fantastic.
And I have to remind myself. I'm glad I could pull that up, and Ace is dropping the current members emojis in the chat there.
Excellent.
Okay. Where are we up to in the chat?
Home Rapid Repair is under the impression that you're off to his place to wash his car 2 Mondays a month as part of his membership.
If you're paying the airfare, maybe.
Yeah. It's like you throw in the regular airfare.
2 Mondays every month. That's a frequent flyer status.
Yep, absolutely.
I think that would become my full-time job if I had to do that.
Yeah, I think so. Learn Spanish World has a very interesting take on the Australian internet speeds, considering that saying that 100 megabits per second is low. In Australia, if you've got 100 megabits per second, you are considered to have super fast internet. So just to put that into perspective, we don't really have gigabit internet widely available in Australia. So it is.
Yeah.
It's unless you can get fiber optic to your house, which is not often. You can't get gigabit speeds in Australia. But as I commented in the chat here, is if you have at least that 7 to 8 megabits per second upload, I can run successful streams through StreamYard and through OBS and through Ecamm. You don't need the 40. I get 40, but I only need 8. So if my internet's playing up, which it was for a long time there, I could run the streams hotspotting off my phone. So I don't think you need as much as you think you need to run a live stream. So obviously it'll depend on what you're streaming, but yeah, it is different.
Super Dave. We're almost at 10K. I can tell you that we're one. Let's have a look.
I was about to say, Can you see what we are right now?
I can see the exact, but it says 9.84K. That means we're about it's less than 160, so we're close to 150 that I need to get. So that's not going to be long. That's not going to be too far away. We might be there before like Easterish, March,
Maybe.
March, April.
Is everybody who is here right now in the chat, have you all hit subscribe? Let us know. Put yes if you have. And if the answer is no,
hit subscribe.
You can remedy that really simply.
Say yes and then hit subscribe. Or
Yeah.
hit subscribe and say yes.
Yeah.
It would be much appreciated. Let's get Doug there by April 1st. Because then if I hit it right on April 1st, that could be,
That'd
hey,
be fun,
100K.
April
People are
Fools.
going, is that real? Are you really got 100K or is this an April Fool's joke?
Hang on, I've got
I can do the whole, hey, I just hit up. Yes. I could do that whole joke. It's like, hey, I just hit 10K and I'm changing the direction of my channel. I'm now going to be doing veterinarian tips for
I was beauty halls.
Yeah, or beauty hall. Yeah, something random like that.
Something very random.
It's not what I'm going to be doing, but you know, April Fools is good. I think I did that one year. I changed my channel banner to something weird for April Fools.
Gosh.
So you know, so yes, there's a bunch of yeses in the chat.
Lots of yeses coming through.
So that's good.
And
I'm
liked
glad.
and shared from Stacey. Good job, Stacey. Love that.
Awesome.
And a girl and her passport is on the way to 10K as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be like recently. I think Rob Balasabas hit 10K late last year. I think it was in December.
Yeah. Kevin
so-
Colby.
Kevin Colby.
Yeah.
Kevin's a cool dude. I love Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's great.
Rob's cool.
Yeah.
All top
All
blokes.
very
there,
chillaxed people.
All chillaxed. Love it.
I am still considerably off 10K. 10K is not my current goal, so
No.
it's okay that I'm
But
considerably
it will
off.
be one day.
It will
Absolutely.
be. It will be. It'll be a goal after some other goals.
Yes.
I have other goals.
That's right.
So-
Because goals don't all have to be subscribers, do they?
They don't have to be subscriber goals at all. I feel better when I don't have subscriber goals as a mental
That's
thing.
right.
Like, absolutely, it would be wonderful to get I say the new channel. It's like 2 years old now. The newer channel, it'd be amazing to get that monetized through YouTube, but there's other ways to monetize a channel. And between the amazing people who come over to the live streams and buy me coffees and keep me caffeinated, it's wonderful. And affiliate links and all sorts of things. So there's lots of alternatives to for making income, because the reality is, when you have the sub 1,000 channel with the lower end of your views, or you're new or things like that, the reality is you're probably not going to get a lot in AdSense. And so if you're like, oh, I'm not going to monetize until I hit this, you're leaving money on the table. So you've got other ways that you can go around it and not wait for YouTube.
Ernie's just crossed it recently, of course.
Oh,
He's
go
at
Ernie.
10,890. He's heading for 11,000. Getting up
He
there.
is. He's nearly there.
He's closer to 11,000 than I am to 10. So there you go.
Only marginally.
Not by much.
Only marginally.
It's a race. It's a race. No, it's
Oh,
not a
thank you,
race.
Doug. I appreciate you putting the link to my channel in there.
Yeah, if you want to know what Chantelle covers, she talks all about live streaming.
I do.
That's what that channel's about. So it's definitely not your quilting channel.
No, and you know, like I don't actually have a quilting channel, but
Well, when I'm watching it, I see you doing the quilting,
crochet
and
knitting.
whatnot.
Yeah,
Crochet
quilting
knitting.
is sewing.
I should know that. My mum does quilting, and I don't know why I
So
said
gonna
quilting.
not give you a quilt ever again. Yeah, so I have a yarn crafting channel called Fibrific, which is much closer to 10,000 than the live streaming channel is. So yeah.
I thought you just, when you said I don't have a quilting channel, I thought you were like being humble or something. I'm like, well, that's a bit weird. But no, you don't have.
I don't have
Like my
quilting
mum
channel.
could do a quilting channel. That's what
Your mum could
that's her
legit.
main.
I could do
main
a
thing.
quilting channel. I've
Yeah.
made a quilt.
Yeah. You're doing all the things. Yeah.
I do. I make lots of things. I like creating things, whether it's live streams, videos, yarn, because I spin my own as well. So, lots of different things. I like making things. Yeah.
Oh, I'm confusing Adam by going live after I said I wasn't going live. So
Don't worry, Adam. You are not alone.
Jennifer says subscribers are important, but they aren't the most important thing. The most important thing are providing value, absolutely, for those that are watched, subscribed or not. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because the harsh truth is the only people that care about subscriber numbers are the creators. YouTube don't even worry that much about subscriber numbers anymore. So other than our little milestones where we have to get to these things before we have access to tools, YouTube still share your videos to people that are watching the videos. So it's one of those things. I try not to be bitter about it, but I'm totally bitter about it.
Shark Scrapper's outing you as having a spider channel. It's all about how to kill them.
Oh, no.
That's
it's never happening. It would just be like this video footage of just me screaming all the time, like, ah! Like constantly. It could be a good shorts channel.
Short and to the point.
Yeah.
Okay, Ace is asking when you're talking about getting monetized and that. You can get monetized on YouTube before the prerequisite. I may have misunderstood. So do you want to clarify what you're saying?
So what I mean is you can join the YouTube Partner Program and get monetized through YouTube, but you don't have to wait for that before you can start making money off the back of your channel. So you can set up a Buy Me a Coffee, you can set up a Ko-Fi, a PayPal Me, you can set up affiliates. A lot of affiliates will accept smaller creators. You've got a lot of options for being able. Merch is a big one, absolutely. And just making it fun, because you just need it to be a good viewer experience. If you're giving value, sometimes viewers want to give value back. And so you don't have to wait for YouTube. You can make money off your channel beforehand. There are people out there with non-monetized channels getting brand deals. You don't have to wait for the YouTube Partner Program. As a matter of fact, please don't wait for the YouTube Partner Program.
Get the bag, as they say. All right, we've got a good question here. Larry asks, I've never heard you and Chantelle mention how long you've been moderators for Nickname, and maybe how many channels you mod for. I'll let you start.
Oh, is that because you need to work it out?
I think me to go first.
I think I've been modding for Nick now for, it'll be coming up to a year or 2 years, I think, or is it longer?
That's got to be at least a couple of years, I reckon.
Yeah, it's probably two years that I've been modding for Nick. But I've been modding, I couldn't tell you how many channels I mod for. It's at least 15. I sat down and I was writing a list to add into something, and I was just like, okay. But yeah, it's at least 15 channels that I regularly mod for. There's others that I realized, hang on a second, I've got a spanner. I didn't realize I was a mod here. There's some of those. But yeah. Creator Classroom says it's longer. It was April 2021 at least. There you go. I don't even know how long I've been getting up to work at midnight until 3 a.m. for. I should know that. How about you, Doug? You've been modding for Nick for a very long time.
I've been modding for Nick. Nick was one of the first channels I started modding for back in probably 2017 or 2018, I'm going to say. I can't remember how early. I'd have to go back to some old live streams.
And just check if you've got a spanner.
And I don't know whether...
A wrench, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know whether it was Nick first or Brian G. Johnson first. But I think it was Nick first and then Brian. They were pretty close together.
Yeah.
So I've been modding for them for a long time. And because of the sheer amount of time about that time, a lot of other people who were a bit like were content creators who were in my circle added me as a mod. So some of those people aren't on YouTube anymore. So there's channels out there that I'm a mod on that that are probably inactive. A lot of the tech YouTubers have me as mod, like Viper and Travis. Who else? There's probably a few others that probably haven't live streamed for a while that I'm a mod on their channel, or I was when they live streamed. And then so there's a whole bunch, and then of course, you know, the main ones, like some of the like TubeBuddy and StreamYard and TubeSpanner, and who else do I mod for?
Justin.
So some of those business ones, Justin Brown, Zara Leaves, and there's probably a bunch of others out there that I can't remember.
Because I've got the 2 channels. I started modding before this new channel started, so I've got mod handles on the other channel as well.
Yeah.
So that one's like Roberto Blake and a couple of the others. If I remember to switch
I mod for
handles.
Roberto. I mod for Roberto. I should know that. He's done like 3 streams this week.
He's been very busy.
Yeah.
But I don't actively mod for Roberto, if that makes sense. More often than not, I'm just sort of watching, and I forget to switch accounts. So
yeah.
But I try to set most things up now for modding on this channel, like on the Chantelle Hills channel. I just find it's easier on my brain to put all the live streaming and modding together. But yeah. Oh.
Thank you for the super chat. I nearly missed iPhone Chris's super chat, $5. Thank you, Chris.
I did
it was like slightly back, like somehow my chat got past it, and I'm like, I haven't come across that super chat I saw come in. And there it is. Appreciate you, Chris. Did I miss any other comments up around there?
I don't know, maybe.
There was a couple. And I don't know how I got past. Okay, so then we're back on the... Okay, this is where we're up to. Now I'm back where we're up to. So I just had to double back for that one real quick. Jeff says, one thing that is some brands don't consider channels as having value unless they have a certain number of subscribers. Yeah, some brands are like that. Yeah. Some brands just want to work with people who are in the right niche, were big or small. And there is a trend. I was listening to a podcast yesterday when I was doing some yard work, and she said I think it was on the Think Media podcast. She was a guest. She says that there's a trend of brands actually preferring small creators to bigger creators because they don't spend as much.
Nano influencers.
And they're going for like the nano influencers who can like really get into the very specific niche area they want to get into.
Yeah,
and instead of being like a big broad,
great trust with their audience. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're building they're building that relationship there. So there's a bit of both going on. Going on.
It's just a case of just keep looking and searching and don't give up.
Absolutely. Adam says, I guess that's a weird recommendation in my YouTube feed. We're talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
I got one yesterday with a new channel intro on 40 views. So it's brand new. So they're surfacing a brand new channel to get it in front of subscribers. So when small creators say, or new creators say, YouTube doesn't help small creators, that's an example of where they're helping a small creator.
Exactly. Like it's their channel trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we're going to put you in front. We'll see what sort of response you get, but we're going to show you content to them and see what happens.
Yeah. Did you watch the video, Adam? Is my question. Was it your kind of content, or was it just weird?
When Nick retires, me and Chantelle will have to take over the early show, and you'll be in the prime time. Well, we'll see. We'll have to see how that all pans out.
That's what happens.
And
so
I'm
when
older
you
than
get
Nick,
prime time, will you let me come and visit? I'm just curious now that we're posing this.
Yes.
Will I be allowed to come and visit every now and again?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm happy to hear that.
Yes.
Not shunned to the B team.
Nick's younger than me, so I don't know whether he'll be retiring before me. But hey, if he's like, hey, I want a retired lifestyle,
Yeah, yeah. He might
I'm
just
out.
rather than fully retire, he might just do a lifestyle switch.
He might do a like a Matt Pat or a Tom Scott and say, peace, yo, I'm out.
Yep. Like, I'm just going to do this other part of the business instead. Someone else is going to be the face.
Be the face.
Yeah.
Here, you can be the face of the Nick Nimmin channel.
Yep.
It's my personal brand, but you can be my face. Maybe
Well,
you could get
Jordan
Michael from...
Millwood has changed. What is it? Not Millwood. Jordan's changed. It's like, it happens.
That's it.
It totally happens.
That's it. I was going to say something and I totally forgot.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
It was something to do with somebody replacing Nick or something. I can't remember.
Yep, Nick Nimmin retiring and you replacing Nick on his personal brand channel. There's a cat in here. She's being psychotic. She's just scooting around the floor. That terrifies me because she chases things.
Just throwing up a few comments along the way there. Yeah, buy me a coffee's great, and I appreciate that people buy me a coffee on a semi-regular basis here too. That's pretty cool.
I think it's wonderful. One of the other things I love about Buy Me a Coffee is, I know there's a few different ways to set it up, but I have mine set up through Stripe. I stream on a Monday. If I'm lucky enough to receive coffees, the money is in my account by Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like it's in my bank account, not in my Stripe account. It's in my actual bank account by Wednesday. Yeah. So it's very fast. I think that's about the same time
frame for if I get one here on a Saturday. I think I get it around Wednesday as well, so it must be a clearance thing or something.
Yeah.
Once we hit the weekday, because it's the weekend, hit the weekday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it could be all the transactions for Monday, like Saturday, Sunday, and Monday all happen at the same time, possibly. But yeah, no, I think it's wonderful.
Yeah. I'm actually not a mod on Zach's channel, but I'm one of his channel members. So yeah, it happens. It happens too. Sometimes I watch live streams where I'm nowhere associated with being a mod, and so I'm just like there. I might be a channel member. I might just be a viewer. I'm just a member of the community. I'm just out there. I comment when I want to comment.
You're just a regular human in some spaces of the internet, Doug.
It is. Okay, where are we? I'm just going to highlight stuff here. There we go. People throwing wrenches.
Yeah, I remember that. You did ask first. You did ask.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's always good to be asked.
I think so.
I sometimes understand why people like drop it in a hurry because like they
need a mod.
Help me right in this moment of where I need help ASAP.
Yeah.
And like hey, I'll step up because I'm a superhero.
Yeah. I'm actually considering chatting with a couple of my regulars to see if any of them would like to wield the wrench, because I know you can't always make it on a Monday and neither can one of my other mods. So
yeah, sometimes I'm
always
if
a bit
working
nervous.
Mondays, I'm like in and out of the stream.
Yeah.
At some point.
And I totally understand it. Yeah. Like you have a life.
I do.
I get it.
I have a full-time job. I need to. Yeah. I need to appease my boss.
Yes.
Although I do have some flexibility, so it's okay. But yeah.
It is very awesome. Brian G has actually dropped a lot of content lately. He had like a huge amount of time off. He had some personal issues that he was dealing with. And he created a whole other channel and worked on a totally different niche for a little while. But he's been dropping content like a boss the last couple of weeks, a couple of months even.
Yeah.
Lots of live streams, videos, just tons of stuff coming out. But he did have, how long did he have off? Nearly a year?
Yeah, could have been longer. I think it
felt
was
longer.
Because he was working on that other channel for quite a bit.
Yeah.
And going out, and he was like in the photography niche and doing all that.
Yeah.
Brian's the man.
He is. He's doing great again.
Brian's the man. Brian, if you're lurking, hope you're having a good one.
I've been watching some of his live streams. They're fun to watch.
Yeah, he did it. I think like a week ago, he did like a masterclass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life
There
on
you
Twitter
go.
missed so much while he was out getting coffee.
That's right, mate. Yeah.
Oh, that's
out living
fantastic.
life.
Congratulations.
Brand deal.
That's awesome news.
Yeah, brand deals. I haven't dived heavily into brand deals myself. I've had officially one brand deal. So, but at the same time, I'm not in a rush for that. I'm
Yeah.
working on different things. I've still got a full-time job, so it's
Yeah.
not as important to me.
I've had some, I don't know if it was like a proper brand deal over on the Fiberific channel. But one of my suppliers basically was just like, oh, you made a video about our thing. That's so cool. We're just going to put a credit on your account. And I was just like, what? Why? And then they were like, we're going to put this much credit. Like if you review a large item, we'll give you this much credit. And if you review a small item, we'll give you this much credit. And I didn't have to run anything past them. And if I just sent them a link, like I could have put out 10 videos and they would have put the credit on, but I just sort of spaced it out. There was no rules. There was nothing in writing other than this one little email. So was that a brand deal? I don't know, but I'll take it.
It's we'll call it a loose brand deal.
It was a very loose brand deal.
It was a very informal.
It was like if you happen to make content, we'll take it. Let me just think. I mean, I've received product for to show on live streams that I've gotten to keep afterwards. And it was product I got to choose, so that's okay.
Nice.
It was a huge amount of yarn, and I wouldn't have been able to. I wanted it. I wouldn't have been able to afford it without them sending it to me. So, and it was amazing. That was the double bonus. It was so good. But other than that, I haven't done a lot of brand deals either. It's something I want to push into more this year. It's on my list of mini goals.
All right. Nice.
Does everybody here have mini goals as well as big goals so that they can have a little win? Because I need the little wins. So
I think little wins are good. It's like, hey, let's get 3 videos out in the next 3 weeks.
Yep.
It's like, yep, 1, 2. Oh, look, I actually got 4 done. Bonus.
Yeah.
I'm a winner.
That's a total win. Absolutely.
That's a win.
I ticked a box today.
Yeah.
I made a media kit. I've got a friend having a look at it for me. I'm not 100% confident with it. I'm about 12% confident with it. And so I'll be very happy to get some feedback on it. But once I've got that, then I can start utilizing it a little bit. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Jennifer says, had a weird thing offering to change up my news feed based on channel colors. Yeah, that's a bit weird. I don't know what that is all about.
That is weird. I haven't seen that.
So, but yeah, I get weird stuff in emails all the time, so nothing surprises me anymore.
Yeah.
Whether it's people wanting me to review products that are totally unrelated to anything that I do on any of my channels.
Yeah.
People who want to sell me SEO services for my YouTube channel.
Oh,
God. Because it would get me more views.
So many emails. Your channel is
They're the big
great,
ones.
but you're not getting enough views, and it's because
We
of
love
this
your
big
content.
red
It's
boxes.
wonderful.
Like, yeah.
And I'm like, Sonara. I had one. Here's a funny
Report
story
of
this
spam.
week. I had one sent me one of those, and then after I said no thanks, he come back and said, "Oh, I sent you the wrong email. I'm actually an editor. Do you have any videos you want me to edit?" So he's offered me SEO services, but he's also. What I've found is all these people have the same email sort of signature thing, and same font, same color, and they're all from the same country because I can tell by the area code on their phone number. I don't know why I put their phone number. Who rings somebody international on a real phone line and pays international rates in
Not me.
2024? I have no
Not
idea.
unless I have to.
We've got Zoom, we've got Messenger, we've got FaceTime.
StreamYard. Hello.
Yeah, we got.
I use StreamYard for calls all the time.
So it's like
Discord. You can bring someone into a Discord channel room, like
they're
voice
all
room.
fun.
So many things.
We're the N team. Nimminati.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I'm like,
Well,
what
that's what I
does
think.
N
It's
stand
Nimminati,
for?
I think. N team. The Nimminati.
I'm really
team.
hoping that's what it's for. I have no idea what
Nimminati.
it stands for. Oh
Nimminati.
dear.
I have it on my shirt.
Oh, you do too.
I have a story about that, but that's
Nimminati
for another
merch.
time. As unrelated to anything to do with YouTube, so it was about a shirt. It's a story about a shirt. But anyway, this is not the time or the place to talk about that one.
Yeah, it's like sometimes we have to remember that this is a live chat going out to everybody else. It's not just us having a combo.
There are people out there watching this.
There are. I want to know what the rumor is that I'm starting.
I saw that. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm like, what did I say?
Right. So make sure if you've got a question, put a Q in front of it. Drop it in the chat, and I'll highlight those more than I'm highlighting all the comments. But I do highlight the comments as they come.
Yeah.
Where are we up to? We did the rumor. Okay.
I'm gonna scroll ahead and see if she puts in what the rumor is.
Oh,
the rumor is that Nick's retiring and Doug's taking over.
Oh, that one that you're starting.
That rumor that I've started. Okay.
Oh no. That's too much pressure for me.
Poor Doug.
Can
look
Nick
at him. He's got the furrowed brow happening. Like he's like, no.
Can Nick at least let him get 1 million subscribers before anything happens? Anything happens anywhere.
Yeah. Now the rumor is when Nick hits 1 million subscribers, he's going to give his channel away.
Oh no. Why are we allowed to live stream? Why are we allowed to live stream?
I don't know. We've got software. Gosh.
Let's see, where are we up to? I'm scrolling. That's a question. I bet Nick will have an AI computer avatar handling his channel. Oh, the Nick Nimmin AI, Levin Labs voice with a VTuber sort of avatar.
It could work.
Hey, this is Avatar Nick Nimmin here. He's gonna do like what's that chat? What's that dude? Queeble Pop. He does like he's basically his whole channel's AI VTuber sort of style now.
I don't know.
But it may like
well,
I don't understand why you'd make an like if you made an avatar that looked different, like you wanted to like identify as like a cat character or something, you know, as some of these young people do, and you made like your cat avatar and then you voiced it somehow. That's one thing. But why would you make an avatar that just looks like you anyway? So why not just appear on camera? Because you know.
I don't know. I've often thought about times that I'd like to not appear on camera because, like, this is not news to anybody on my channel, but I actually don't like being the face of my channel. I much prefer doing behind-the-scenes work for other people. So I'd love to have an avatar or something so I don't have to, you know, have my head on the internet.
Restream has buy me a coffee set up. That's nice.
Oh, nice integration.
They have the integration for the for like when the alerts come in and stuff. Maybe.
Yeah.
If that's what that's about. Yeah. StreamYard, if you're watching, we need just overlay. If you can just do browser overlays, we can do the rest.
We'd be happy.
That's what OBS users do. That's what Ecamm users do. That's what everyone else does. We can. Because Buy Me a Coffee has an integration that's basically
I use it
a
for
browser
Ecamm,
source.
Browser source. Yep. It's great.
And I've got Super Chat ones that I had set up with Stream Elements. There's a whole bunch of sites that do them. I actually got a brand sponsorship. Like they wanted me to make content for them. They do. It's one of those overlay companies.
Really? Do you know which one? You don't have to say it if you don't want.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Heard of it?
I know the one. Yeah. I don't want to say it publicly.
Like it's legit?
Because it's legit. I checked it out.
I checked it out at the moment.
It was a few weeks ago, and I haven't replied. So I'm like, I don't know. It's not sort of adjacent. Like it is live streaming, and you can use it on YouTube. So it sort of does fit, sort of. And so
send them to me. You can just send them to me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Live streaming.
I'll say I'll do it. I'll do the thing, but you got to sign Chantelle up as well.
I just feel like who? No.
Yeah, I want to check out.
So
I was actually fiddling with their service before they emailed me, and so
nice.
I want to sort of get a bit more familiar with it if it's something that I want to. Because if I have anybody on my channel, I want to be confident that I can endorse them, like I
You
do
need
for
to
like
be happy
Envato
that you
Elements.
can use it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's why I talk about Envato Elements from time to time, and I have an
Yeah.
affiliate with them because for stock footage and everything else and music and things, it's a great service and it's a reasonable price. So that's why I recommend Envato Elements and signed up with them. But if somebody approaches me, I want to know: do I want to jump on that? Is that something that I feel confident to promote to my audience?
Yeah.
And
It
so, is
really,
that
like,
something that I can put
you
my name
have to think
behind?
about it because
Yeah,
you're putting your trust in a product that you may or may not be 100% sure of. So yeah, you absolutely have to test it and check it and be happy with it. I agree.
so I'm
Very
scrolling.
up to there.
I'm scrolling, looking for questions now. Here we go.
Okay.
Get the questions. Doug, why did you only have one membership level in the beginning? Because it was new to me. I wasn't sure how I wanted to structure things, so I thought we'll
Yeah.
just start with that base level, the one that everybody does, that $5 level, the $4.99, whatever it is, and just have some basic perks and just see how that goes.
And you're
And
just
then we
about
had
to
some
have to hog tie you to get you to do it.
yeah, and then we had some conversations about on some of our streams where we talked about I don't know whether you were on the stream or it was in the chat, but you were talking about having multiple membership levels, but you were basically offering the same perks for all the levels, and that
Yeah.
sort of set my mind thinking a little bit. I'm like, well, even if I do offer like a larger level, I could just offer a couple of small extra things
Yeah.
on top of what the base level gets anyway,
Yeah.
which is what I did.
Yeah, so on my Fiberific channel, I have 3 membership levels. It's like a 150, a 350, and a $5, or $5 or $6 or something. I can't remember exactly
Yeah.
what they are. They all have the exact same perk. There's no difference between them at this stage. I am looking at the possibility of actually adding another one and then sliding it up so the top 3 will have the same and the bottom one has a little less, or has what it has now, and then the others get something a little extra.
Yeah.
Not there yet, but thinking about it. And it was actually a friend of mine, Crochet with Claire. She's got a larger channel than I do. It's like nearly 500,000 subscribers. And she said to me, why aren't you giving people the opportunity to support you? And I was like, well, they could put in a super chat if they wanted to. And she's like, yeah, but they have to remember to be in a live stream.
Yeah.
They may not be there. You're not allowing people to support you if they want to support you.
Yeah.
And I just thought, well, the reality is, other than the time it takes to set up and to think about, there's no cost to me to have channel memberships until someone joins. And then I needed to make sure that the perks was something I could deliver on.
Yeah.
And then that was it. So
Yeah.
I can totally deliver on nothing. So all my perks are nothing. They get nothing more than what they're getting as a definite perk. But I do actually give them the content early when I do upload videos, but it's not actually listed in the perks.
Yeah, because that's a new YouTube feature too. That's pretty new.
Yeah.
In regards to that, yeah, I've noticed lately because I've been like watching content that's very well outside my niche, and looking how certain types of content and certain types of live streams, how audiences just want to support. If there's something that they really enjoy, and sometimes these live streamers are providing like hours and hours and hours of value per stream. Like I've seen streams in some niches that go 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, depending on who they are and what the niche is.
Yeah.
And people are coming in and out, and they're dropping the super chats, and they're dropping the super stickers. But what is really blowing up and what is massive is people are not only signing up as members, they're also dropping gifted memberships by literally
Bundles of 5, yeah.
Yeah, 5. I see them dropping the 50s very often, 50 at a
Wow.
time. So someone's deciding, I'm investing this so much and they've got so many viewers, I want to give all these memberships. And that gives a membership for the the following
For
month.
the whole month, yeah.
And people are just willing to do that. in those niches, and it's become like a standard thing. If you're in a live stream in those niches, and side niches, and people who are bringing those hours and hours of value are getting a lot of income just from the super chats, super stickers, and the memberships. And here's an example of someone dropping a gifted membership. So let's just... Oh, now I've got to figure out which one's which.
There we go.
Oh, no, because I don't have one for this one.
Thank you for becoming a channel member.
Thank you to the 5 people who've become a channel member because of Home Rapid Repairs. Larry's dropped 5 gifted memberships. And a big shout out to Jerry. Jerry Papandreou's picked up one of those. Cajun Roots Resellers picked up one. Scaly Models has us all. Exploring Canada and V Ben Israel. So those 5 channels will be members for the next month because of this gifted membership. So that's an example. So you see these happening, and they're happening throughout these 6 to 10 hour streams on some of these channels.
Yeah.
And it's becoming a very cultural thing on YouTube, at least in these niches. And I think it's going to broaden out to other niches. We see it happening here, as we can see, that it's becoming more normalized. And so it is, as a creator, that's a great income stream. That's on top of, what you might be making on AdSense, what you might be getting. Super chats can
if you have a
fluctuate.
sponsor,
When you're a smaller channel or that has smaller stream where you might have like 20 concurrent viewers or 30 concurrent viewers or 50 concurrent viewers. Some streams you may not get any super chats at all. Some you might get a few. So there's that to counter. But with memberships, it's monthly recurring income, those that sign up to a membership until they cancel. The gifted memberships runs a month, so that tops that sort of thing up as well from a creator perspective.
The other nice thing about the monthly memberships is that if you're a smaller creator, quite often, if you're a smaller creator and you're in the partner program, quite often you may not be hitting that $100 minimum each month. Having those memberships can sometimes push you over that limit so that you do get that regular little hit into your account every month. And it can make a big difference for the individuals that are getting those amounts where they may have had to wait maybe 3 or 4 months before they could get a payment. And now all of a sudden they've got extra channel members and they're able to get a payment each month. So it can knock over an internet bill every month and just really make things a little easier for creators.
That's right. All right. I've just realised how far behind in the chat we are.
Yeah,
again.
quite far behind.
We sort of caught up, and then it just went rolling again.
We got sidetracked.
So we're back where we were talking about brand deals and things and goals.
Yep.
That they reached out in your YouTube feed. Yeah, I've had a couple. I've had 1 or maybe 2 where they actually jumped in my comments and tried to sell me on an SEO service in the comments. I'm like, are you serious?
Like right
Go
here,
away.
out in the open.
As much as I like the fact that you're commenting on my video, it's not because you enjoyed the video. It's because you.
I'm still deleting your comment. Yeah.
You're looking for clients in my YouTube chat. Well, you're looking for me to be your client.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's tacky, is what that is. That's just tacky. So.
Stacey says my mini goals are to recognise 5 YouTube champions a year and give them their YouTube custom belts. That's right. I know you do that. You do the custom belts. The main goal is to have 50 YouTube champions. So you give it's like a WWE style like wrestling belt. And it says,
wow.
Hey, I think you're a great channel. Here's a belt. Something along those lines. Stacey can clarify exactly. But that I know I've seen some of that stuff on his channel. So yeah, it's a unique thing. It's like that's what YouTube. Maybe YouTube needs to change from those plaques to like WWE wrestling belts. So this is your silver this is your silver belt. This is your gold belt and your diamond belt and whatever after diamond. I think is diamond 10 million?
Yeah, and ruby's 50.
50, yeah.
Yeah. It's bizarre. I just look at those numbers sometimes and just think they are just I can't even imagine them, honestly. That number of people.
Monique says she'd like more present community tab, schedule 1 post and 1 poll each week, until the
Yep.
first week of May. Oh, he's scheduling ahead too. That's good. If you, I love it when people tell me how organised they are, because it sort of gets
Reminds me how disorganized I am.
it sort of say I need to be better organised at
Yeah.
certain things.
Is it bad, just out of curiosity, that I'm really organized for other people, but then totally not organized for myself?
Oh, I think I might be the same. I think I might be the same.
Okay. If it's bad, then we're both
So
bad.
I can relate.
Awesome. I feel not alone. It's wonderful. Thank you.
No longer respond with "Hi, how are you?" because not enough time to spam. Yeah, sometimes it's like if they repeatedly like some of them do.
Did you get my
follow-up
last
emails.
message? Did you see my last message?
I might have to jump in and say thanks, but no thanks. Like I'll be polite the first time, but a couple of times I've given people I actually go in detail, like multiple paragraphs, and tell them why they're wrong.
I try to be kind. The first, like, especially the hi, how are yous.
Yeah.
Depending, some of them I won't respond to at all because I'll just look at their profile and just be like, oh no way. And others I'll just be like, hey, how's it going? You know, like, hey, kind of thing. Because sometimes I have I have to remember English is not the first language for some people, and they may actually have a legitimate question and they're just struggling to word it.
Yeah.
And I've nearly brushed someone off and then realized they actually had something they needed help with, and I was able to help them. But yeah, English is not their first language, and they just really struggled with how to ask something formally and appropriately, because quite often some of the spammers are very formal, and so I'm starting to equate super formal messages. Instantly my brain goes, oh, scam. And it's not always the case. It's 99% the case, but not always.
I like this when we talk about like the AI personas and stuff. Nick like max headroom, so like a max headroom version of Nick.
That would be pretty cool, actually. I think Nick needs to make that.
Yeah, because that's like 80s vintage. If you grew up in the 80s at some age, you probably know who Max Headroom is.
Yeah.
Eileen Smith joined us a little while ago, but we're just finally there in the chat.
But we're finally catching up. Hey, Eileen. Good to see you.
Okay, so I'm looking for comments to highlight and or questions. I'm just scrolling. My goal is to catch up.
Yeah.
Adam says, I did a little research on overlays are super expensive. Currently using having the free version of StreamYard. I think I brought Roberta Blake's templates, but I wasn't crazy about them. Yeah, because you can get a little bit over the top with overlays.
I tend to make my own
borders and fancy things, particularly if you're using OBS or something like that, or Ecamm. But yeah, sometimes it's just a matter of keeping it simple.
I just like a transparent overlay where it's just got the thing that I need, or I've got my little creator mix corner, and I like this more simple, so you can just focus on the content. You've upset Stacey.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
I won't send that email to Renee Ritchie. But seeing we're talking about that really quickly.
Thank you for the super chat.
And I forgot to click on it. Here it is. No, YouTube does not need to come out with a YouTube belt. That's my job. Yes, I using wrestling vernacular, I stepped on your gimmick by even saying that. So, as a professional courtesy, I apologise.
Yeah, or to keep going, you can just get body slammed into the mat.
That's right. Maybe I have a receipt coming, as they say. We're the best at what YouTube has to offer. Absolutely. YouTube should stick with their plaques, Renee. If you heard what I said earlier, just disregard that because it was a dumb idea.
It's just like backpedaling.
Yes. The plaques are good. YouTube plaques are good.
I like the
YouTube
plaques.
plaques are
I'd
good.
like a plaque.
I'd love to get to 100K and get a plaque.
Yeah. Okay, so you had Monique's comment on screen for a second there.
Yeah, I'm now to go find it again. Because when I click off onto the, oh no, I went
Yeah.
past. Oh, I've done that one.
Scrolled.
I went way too far too past there.
It's at 138.
Yeah, I'll scroll but way. This one.
Mm-hmm.
I unsubscribed Envato for Storyblocks. That's fair. But Storyblocks started getting a license. Okay. For items every time you use it, even if it's the same. Went back to Envato. It was $99 for the first year. Yeah, and particularly you can pick up like if you get them like around Black Friday and they have the specials where you might be paying a lot less for an annual subscription or something like that.
Yeah.
If you can pick up those ones, they're good.
They're good value. I would also be actually downloading a copy of the license every time anyway, in all honesty. And even with, I think even with Envato, I'm just trying to visualize it. Is it Envato that you have to create the project and add it into the project, or am I thinking something else?
Yeah, they have that. They have like the collections and the projects, I think.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
So,
and there's two different sorts, and one's inside the other. And
yeah, I would be, when I download whatever I'm using, I'd be grabbing a fresh license, like just saving the license with it anyway.
Yeah,
just because
I usually
sometimes
keep them,
stuff happens.
Yeah, I usually try and match the license with the video, just so that if a question comes up, it's in the
right
folder
there
for that video, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Wrapping the StreamYard merch.
Yeah.
All right. Dropping. Okay,
Just scrolling down to where you are.
yeah, for the old school, it's not the WWE belts, it's the WWF belts.
Yeah.
Or if you go way back, you know, that sort of era, WCW.
Ace Rock's text says that it's not bad that we are organised for other people and less organised for ourselves. So thank you for saying that.
That's right. That's like someone who does like a lawn mowing business and does yards. They tend not, when they get home, they don't want to be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So they don't.
Yeah.
You know, they're not actively getting out. Better mow the lawn. It's like, I'll do that another time. Maybe I'll do it if I knock off early one day. I've got some time. Maybe I'll come home and do it.
Maybe I'll do it then. I'll do the edges.
Can you imagine a max headroom of Doug and Chantelle live on the channel together?
That could be chaos.
That would be mayhem. That would be mayhem.
Yeah.
Apparently Max Headroom loves golf. I did not know that. I did not know that.
Gosh.
That's right. The butter needs somebody to churn it.
It won't churn itself. That's actually an excellent point.
That's right. You gotta do the hard yards. You gotta get in there. You gotta get, as Sean Cannell says, you gotta press record.
Yeah.
Punch fear in the face. You gotta get in and do it. You got a script. You gotta do your thumbnails. You gotta do your title. You gotta record your video. You gotta edit your video. You gotta upload your video. You gotta fill in the descriptions
be active
and the
where
other
the
bits
audience
and
is for your videos.
Yeah.
It's you're not working in a void.
There's always some action we can take.
Yeah.
I believe that it might be a certain time of the show.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Okay.
It's the last call.
There we go.
It's the last call, which means it's the portion of the show that's towards the latter part of the show where it's the last chance to drop a question or a comment or something in the chat. The last opportunity to ask a question, whatever it might be. Now's the time.
Now is the time.
Now's the time.
Got the music cranking up.
So now's the time music. Drop that back so we can have a discussion, though.
Yeah, yeah.
All
It's a
right.
bit hard to talk over the loud music. I mean, we could do it. I don't know if my daughter would like it. She's in the next room trying to sleep.
Super Dave says use AI butter for more filling, less calories. That's right.
Oh dear. I've been seeing these recipes come up for like, you know, just stuff, like just random things. And it was just like, you know, what was it? The one of them was like this high protein ice cream, and it was basically whipped cream with protein powder in it, right? And just
Well,
like
they're not wrong, are they?
sugar.
High protein ice cream.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like, and so people are like, oh yeah, it's so healthy. There's like 2 cups of sugar in there. And I just think, yeah, you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful what you're looking at. Like what you're taking out, is it actually important? And I think sometimes I look at some of the things that people are doing with AI, not to be a scaremonger or anything, because I do use AI for some bits and pieces. But you've just got to be cautious and aware of what you use AI for. Are you taking away what makes your channel special by using AI for a task, depending on the task? So.
Last call indeed.
From
Last
a raspberry cordial at 2 a.m. It feels so wrong, honestly.
Like bring the drinks of your choice. That's okay. Right now for me.
You just got water.
Water.
Water,
Yeah,
water.
It's not vodka, it's water.
It's totally vodka.
It's water. It's water. It's in a water bottle.
Yeah. Who here believes it's actually water? Not me. Last call for coffee before bedtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had it at the beginning of the stream. I'm not
Yeah.
going to have one after the stream, that's for sure.
No, I had one before the stream started. Yeah.
Absolutely. Best ice cream is Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream. I haven't tried that one.
I have not tried it. I've tried Haagen-Dazs, but not the Haagen-Dazs coffee.
There we go.
Is there still a Haagen-Dazs at South Bank, or is that New Zealand ice cream now?
I have no idea. I haven't been to South Bank in years, since pre-COVID.
All right. Okay,
and
cool.
walked around, you know what I mean?
Me neither. That's what I was
So
asking.
I really don't know what's still going. Didn't they have tubs in the supermarket at some point?
I think they did. Were they like brown? I think they were brown.
Yeah, something like that.
All
right. Let's see.
Home rapid repair has switched from coffee to water.
Go. Many things I can feel wrong
of the
at
many
2 a.m.
things. True. Yep. Possibly. Yep.
At
Yeah.
the moment,
I use it for a lot of the same things, just double checking like grammar and stuff like that.
I was using it for titles a lot for latter part of last year, but then I found it was sort of, because I was using the free version, of course.
Yeah.
It was giving me very much like I'd have to massage the results and get it to redo things and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was certainly, it was giving me those disjoint, the 2-part titles.
Oh, I don't like
with
those.
the colons or the hyphens,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm just looking for something that's just like one singular statement that's compelling, and so I've I haven't done it for quite a few videos now. I've been just like working it out myself.
Because you can actually say, specify the number of characters, so it limits itself right down.
Yeah, I was doing all that.
I've been using Creative Fuel, and I get it to just, I'll be like, hey, give me the next 10 videos I should make, and because Creative Fuel it's set up for your channel, so it goes through and looks at everything on your channel and goes, okay, these are the gaps, make these, and I'll have a look at those. And quite often I'll be like, okay, give me the next 10, because I'm like, I don't want to make any of those.
Yeah, I need to check that out. I haven't checked that one out.
Creative Fuel is a bit of fun. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I like that it's like today, one of the things I got it to do, because does anybody else in the chat struggle to write about themselves? Like, I needed to write an about me section.
Ooh.
And I needed to do it about me in the third person, right?
Yep.
I am very, very bad, like, at writing stuff about myself. I can write great about me for other people.
Yep.
Can't do it for myself. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try, see what Creative Fuel and ChatGPT, just the free version, what it can do. Oh my gosh, it made me feel so nice. It wrote all these lovely things and they were all correct and true. And which that's the other thing you've always got to check with ChatGPT. Not everything is correct and true. But it made it a lot easier for me to sort of pick a couple of things because its thing was like this long. I forgot to specify 2 paragraphs and it gave me like 7. So I sort of went through and cherry picked a couple of things and created the one I actually wanted, but it made it so much easier being able to ask it to do that task. But I still had to reword it and rejig it. It wasn't like it's done it for me. It gave me the not blank page because I really struggled to start. And so having a not a blank page makes things a lot easier.
Stacey has a question. I have 20 Legends of Arm Wrestling signed my custom shirt for a fundraiser. But your place flooded and the shirt is wrecked. Oh, yeah, because that would have been, it was 20, that's 20 Legends of Arm Wrestling. You know, obviously in that arm wrestling.
There was no way to try and get it dry cleaned or something to keep the signatures?
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean, when places flood, though, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, sometimes if you get something muddy, it's like sometimes you better.
And it's
either get
not
muddy
always
or
good
moldy,
mud.
and you have to throw it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Oh, that wasn't really your question.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we read it out now. Yeah. Yeah, well, it was more of a statement anyway.
It was a statement
like,
rather than a question, but yeah.
I don't know how to. This is the question part. I don't know how to inform the professional athletes what happened. Any suggestions? I think honesty is the best policy.
Yeah,
Just tell them what happened.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you have pictures, you can say, hey, here it is on my phone. This is what happened. We got flooded, and look, my shirt got wrecked.
Everything's ruined. Can I possibly trouble you for another signature?
Yeah.
Like, stuff happens, like, I don't know about the rest of the world, but we've had some flooding in Queensland again. It's on the north side this time, but it just happens. So it's one of these things that if you're just really honest and open about it, and just let them know what happened. I'm sure you wouldn't be the first person who's had to get things redone. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Later, Ernie, have a good one.
Be good, Ernie.
Yeah. It wouldn't look pleasant if it's been affected by
if it's been through a flood,
mud and whatnot.
Yeah,
that's because you can't.
And then
some of that you can't get it out.
And if you work really hard to get the stains out, you may lose the signatures.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's. I would definitely try. All they can say is no.
Yeah.
Like maybe next time, kind of thing. So I would definitely try.
Yeah. Like if it was a special like shirt though, like getting another one of those shirts might be difficult, but maybe there's another shirt or something that they can sign along the way. Like something new. Something different maybe.
Yeah.
If it's not possible to get another one of those shirts or a similar shirt. But
it's tricky.
Yeah. That's
but
tough,
yeah, honesty is the way to go always.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you got pictures, you can say, "Hey, look at my phone. Here's the picture.
Yeah.
This is what happened."
I'm not trying to jip you for a second thing. The first one got trashed.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, Doug. We've made it to the bottom of the chat.
Made it to the bottom. Yeah, I'm at the bottom of the chat. I am hit the bottom. It's been great just sort of shooting the breeze and answering questions. Everyone coming in. much appreciate everyone who dropped a super chat or gifted
And I
memberships.
did notice someone went over and subscribed to my channel, so thank you for that as well.
Yeah, thank you for those that hadn't subscribed to mine before, subscribed to mine. Those that went over and subscribed to Chantelle for the first time.
Very much
So all
appreciate
those
you.
who are lurking as well, because people in the background watching, people are out doing their morning stuff or on a Saturday, coming and going from the stream. We understand how that works.
Yeah.
So it's appreciated. All the time that you've spent with us, those that have been here the whole way through, you're the true champions. And
Definitely.
Chantelle, thank you for joining me.
Oh, thanks for inviting me.
Hour's notice or whatever it was.
Yes, it was. It was
roughly an
just
hour.
shy of an hour.
With under an hour's notice.
Yeah.
A big shout out to Nick Nimmin for allowing us
For
to
cancelling his stream.
But, well, I was going to say for allowing us to stream. It's like we didn't ask permission. We just said.
Yeah.
I said. Oh, in that case, Chantelle and I are going to stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Miss Valentine, hello. Coming in at the end. It's good to see you.
Sneaking on in. And I'll be streaming. What if we worked out to be 6 p.m.
6
Eastern
p.m.
Sunday?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
So tomorrow evening US time. That'll be like 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Brisbane time Monday.
It is 9 a.m. Brisbane Monday for me. So
I will be on my way to work, and
you'll be
streaming.
travelings, and I'll be here. I actually think it might be the first day that I have the house to myself in months. Maybe.
Ooh.
I don't know. We'll have to see. Fingers crossed. But yeah, looking forward to that one. We're gonna be hanging out, answering questions. So yeah. Jump over and say hi.
Nice. Laid back Q&A. Be a little bit like this show. And,
It is another laid back Q&A. Yeah. I'm like, I may come up with a topic between now and then, or something that riles me up between now and then.
yeah.
That's usually what happens. Is like something will happen, and I'll just be like, I'm going to talk about how to have this not happen to you, sort of thing. But we're not there yet.
No.
Yeah.
No. So appreciate everyone for joining in today. I'm normally now I'd be like saying head on over to Nick's channel, but no, don't do that because you can go watch his
he's been
content.
putting out some great content this week, he's got some really good videos up.
If you haven't seen the video that Nick dropped this time yesterday, then make sure you go watch that.
It's great on scheduling and fitting
very practical
creation around a full life.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really, really great episode.
So make sure you go watch that, and you can watch the content on my channel, Chantelle's channel as well. And before we do anything else, I want to thank Chantelle for joining me today, which I think I already said, but that's okay. And apart from that, we'll catch you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.